Hello guys, welcome to another weekly breakdown video. Today I'll be breaking down the first week of January. It's also an NFP week, as you can see, starting from 6th of January 2025. Now finally in my back testing I have reached 2025 now. It's just a matter of few months. I need to back test some few more months last and then my back testing session will be over, and then I can focus fully on my front testing, fully lock in, fully go all in on my front testing, and actually buy prop firms and trade them seriously. After completing my back testing, the first thing I'm gonna do is make a trading plan. I'm gonna detox all the dopamine. I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna read all the backtesting data that I have written here, what I've learned, and also I will watch the videos, and then I'll make a beautiful trading plan and I will follow the trading plan. I'll follow my trade checklist. I will only take trades in my time windows and follow my plan, and then I guarantee you within a few time from then, after I do that, I'm gonna be profitable. So yeah, before doing the weekly breakdown, let me quickly show you the news. So this week there's a lot of news. As you can see, Monday there is German prelim CPI, Tuesday, Wednesday there is Wednesday there is New York news, Thursday also there is New York, Friday also there's New York. So London session, there's no problem trading London session. So yeah, the weekly bias going to the next week was clearly bearish, and next week anything that's aligning with the weekly bias being bearish will be considered as a high probability trade. So on DXY it will be bullish, right? Because they are interly correlated. So now going on the next week on GBP USD, I'm looking for sales. So that is when I go to the daily time frame. So my weekly bias is clearly bearish, and whenever the weekly and the daily aren't aligning on Monday, I don't trade Monday. Simple as that. The weekly bias is bearish, the Monday bias. So on Monday, if I will be looking for something, I will be looking forward to fill up this fair value gap. So the weekly and the daily bias aren't aligning, so I didn't do the trade. So simple as that. Monday I didn't do the trade because the daily and the weekly weren't aligning. So now waiting for Monday gave me the bias for Tuesday. So now going on Tuesday, I'll look for buy towards this supply zone, and also there is ISM services and Joel's job opening. If I go to DXY to show you the bias, even DXY closed as a bearish candle right there, and it is entering the demand zone, and it is also looking like it's kind of rejecting this demand zone after filling up this daily fair value gap right here. So I anticipated this fair value gap to get filled, which got filled to the T. As you can see, this fair value gap here got filled to the T. Now going on Tuesday, I will be looking for buys, and yeah, let's see if I get any trades or not. So if I am looking for any buy, then I go to the lower time frames to look for some change of character. On the 4 hourly, the change of character didn't happen, as you can see. On the hourly, it did happen. On the hourly, the change of character did happen, but I didn't do the trade. Okay. On Tuesday, I didn't do the trade because I was anticipating a move from this sort of demand right here, but the move happened at our time window very quick. As you can see, it was just a continuation model, and yeah, to be honest, I was looking for a buys obviously, but I was waiting for Asian low to sweep and then look for a buy. But in this case, it didn't happen. London session literally made the move to the upside, and now waiting for equilibrium, which got hit to the T. And if I took the trade, it would have been a loss, right? As you can see, if I took a trade after this London session right here, it would have been a loss. So Tuesday was basically a loss if I took a trade here. Basically I would have taken a trade here, but look at the stop loss. The stop loss was very big, so due to the size of the stop loss, it was also very tricky to take a trade on Tuesday, so didn't consider it. Also the Asian range are very big, as we know. Now I'm back to 2025. So now Trump is in power. Trump is inaugurated. Still now he is not inaugurated, but yeah, soon he's going to be inaugurated. So Tuesday I didn't do the trade just because of the fact that we didn't got the trade at our session. Meaning I was looking for buy from this opportunity right here, but the move did happen, but it was very late in the day, as you can see on New York session from this demand zone right here. That's why I didn't do the trade. Whereas on London session, also there was previous day high here. I remember after sweeping the previous day high, the price found resistance somewhere around here after filling up this hourly fair value gap right here. and then may move to the downside. So this trade, if I took this trade, it would be a counter trend trade, which I don't tend to do usually. I don't usually tend to do. So Tuesday was a loss. Tuesday was genuinely a loss. I took a loss, no problem. So now Monday went up, Tuesday went up, and then came down, meaning now on Wednesday it is so high probability to trade on Wednesday, because now my daily bias is aligned with the weekly bias being bearish, right? So now on Wednesday I'm looking for sells, continuing with the selling happened on Tuesday. And also you can see there is a fair value gap right here. As you can see, we also will be looking forward to fill up that fair value gap. And on DXY, obviously my bias is bullish. If I show you, my bias is clearly bullish on DXY to fill up that fair value gap right around here. So on that is when I go to the 4 hourly. On the 4 hourly also there is a change of character here. As you can see, beautiful change of character. If I draw the Fibonacci, I will look for some sort of equilibrium and then continue to the downside. So now going on the H1 time frame, London session went down, New York session literally went down, waiting for Wednesday to open. So on Wednesday I was looking for sells from some sort of supply here, or even here maybe I would have anticipated a move, but according to our time window we will consider. And yeah, this time window 7 AM to 10 AM UK time is so accurate. As you can see, London session starts to get momentum from 7 AM UK time. This is the 7 AM UK time candle. Huge move happened to the downside, right? So clearly London momentum starts kicking in on 7 AM UK time. On Wednesday I didn't took the trade. Just because the setup didn't appear. Otherwise it was a very, very good trade. Tuesday closed a so clean bearish candle, but on Wednesday I didn't do the trade just because of the fact that our setup didn't appear. Otherwise I could have taken this trade. This also teaches us that in the live markets, whenever the higher time frame bias is so clear, and the zone is very far away, it doesn't always need to go to the zone. You can also take you can also sometimes take risky trades like this, but it will be breaking your plan. Obviously this trade, if I took here, it would be breaking my trading plan. That is the reason I didn't do the trade in the first place. And yeah, basically the move happened, but we didn't got our entry signal, so we didn't do the trade. Maybe there was a way to enter the trade, which I will figure out. Obviously everything I figure out myself through relentless practice, so even this I'm going to figure out, don't worry. Whatever questions I had when I didn't started backtesting before, now every question has been answered, and I have an answer for every single question. The goal is this, bruv. This is the goal. Dubai Marina. Remember, your brother will be there very, very soon. So now going on Thursday, my bias remained bearish because of how that candle closed. And on DXY, my bias is not one of the cleanest, because this is not one of the cleanest bullish candle. It is also looking like a bears came in the market at the end of the day. So going on Thursday, my bias is not one of the clearest, and also there is FOMC meeting minutes. So let's see. So on Thursday I'm looking for sells, and if I'm looking for sells, I'll go to the lower time frames. There is a beautiful break of structure right here. So now this supply can come here. There is a H4 fair value gap, and yeah mate. So now going on Thursday, I'll be looking for sells, and if I'm looking for sells, I'll be looking for some sort of supply zones, waiting for the Asian range to close. The Asian range closed something like this, and literally the move happened without us. The move happened so volatile. I don't know why, but the moves are this week, the moves happened so volatile. The market was so volatile, mate. It was very, very tricky, bro. Whole week the market was so volatile. The London session didn't give us the move, as you can see. Also the New York session didn't give us the move. I was looking for a sell opportunity, but on London session we didn't got the move, as it was choppy. And also on New York session, it was a very, very small New York session, which means there was no volatility on Thursday. So now going on Friday, now there is a fair value gap. Now there is a fair value gap right here, which can get filled, as you can see. And now going on Friday, I will anticipate to fill up this fair value gap according to how this candle closed. It is also looking like a bullish candle to me. And on DXY, it is a doji, as you can see right there. And yeah, my bias was not clear, and if I'm looking for something on, it is also an NFP day, as you can see. Friday was an NFP, so if I would be looking for something, it would be buys. And when I play the Friday candle, it was clearly a bearish candle. So this week the weekly profiling was Monday, Tuesday went up, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday went down. So this was the weekly profiling. It is a bearish weekly profiling candle, and this fair value gap is not filled. My demand zone will change, the supply zone will change, and yeah, it was a very good week, to be honest. But this was a very high volatile week. So in weeks like this, whenever there is huge momentum in the markets, as you can see, whenever the market is only going down and down and down, that is when we tend to take continuation models. Like in this case, Tuesday was a continuation model, Wednesday was a continuation model, as you can see, no setup, continuation model. Thursday was no setup, continuation model. Friday was also, on Friday there was no clear zones to trade from. Friday the bias was not clear, and also there were no clear zones to trade from. Yes, and that is why we didn't force anything. Whereas whenever the market is very high volatile, then you can also take trades with the bias in your time window, little bit quick entry, right? You can also do that. So this was a weekly breakdown. This was a quick weekly breakdown for you guys. Didn't waste it any single time. This is the call out that I've written right around here. You can screenshot it if you want. This is basically the weekly breakdown. The weekly candle closed a huge bearish. So the next week, when I will backtest the next week, it's going to be a fun one to do it, because my bias is clearly bearish. So yeah, catch you on the next video. It was a very quick video. Hope you guys learned something from this video. Bosh.